Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Night Supplier webinar. We have here Miss Amy Southgate. She is our Business Development Manager for Royal Caribbean, and she have all the newest updates. So let's get started. Hi, Miss Amy. How are you? Thank you so much for being here with us.
I feel great. Last week was such a big week at Royal Caribbean, so I am super excited on the timing of all of this because it is just the most epic time at Royal right now. So I'm super excited to share some cool slides and videos and just get everyone excited.
Well, we're always happy to have you, Miss Amy. Take it away.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, quick plug here at the beginning for Perfect Day Coco K. I realized I was so overloaded with slides for the new icon of the seas. I didn't even include Perfect Day Coco K, but I will do a totally separate webinar about that. If you're interested in it, it is the best and highest rated port of call of any of the places we visited around the globe. People just love, love, love Perfect Day Coco K. Great for families, great for multi-generation. It's just super fun. And these people are just headed up on the helium balloon. So anyways, let's dive into what's exciting, what's new, what's happening with us. And the most exciting news that just went live to be able to book today for Crown and Anchor guests only. Tomorrow will open up to the general public is the brand new icon of the seas. So last week we started to share with our travel partners different images. Obviously, these are just renderings. The ship is not complete. It's still in the shipyard right now in Finland being built. But this is the first look at the icon of the seas. It will be arriving. Huge. I know. Basically, we took all of our favorite things from many ships and Perfect Day and all the fan favorites and put them on one vessel. And this really has taken the neighborhood concept to a whole nother level. So I'm super excited for it. It's arriving in January 2024. So we still have a long way to wait, but not a long time to book. I mean, people can book, like I said, it opened today for sale for groups and individuals. And we have some fantastic suites on this ship as well. So here's a little video.
Listen.
So cool. Oops, it just wants to keep playing. It's so excited. Me too. So when you see it from the back, you can really see the wow factor of the ship. I mean, it is a large ship. It is actually bigger than our Oasis class ships, a little bit.
Wow.
So a little bit longer, a little bit taller, a few more guests as well. But this is going to be the epic ultimate family vacation. We really, really designed this ship with families in mind to, because that's really a big part of our brand. Again, multi-generations cruising together, families coming together, different ages, different interests and experiences. And really, we're all about the wow factor. We're all about the activities on the ship. And that is truly what the Icon of the Seas is going to deliver. So kind of 4 different sections here about the Icon. It's all about the thrills, the chills, the wows, and the stays. I don't have too many photos on the stays, but I would encourage you to check it out online because there are tons of really, really cool, again, family staterooms. 80% of the ship is triple or quad or quint cabins. Like we really thought about families coming together and delivered on the different staterooms. My personal favorite is in the Surfside neighborhood. There's a lot of quads in there, and it actually has panoramic windows for the kids' bedroom and then balcony area for mom and dad's side. So it is kind of the best of both worlds. I just absolutely love, love, love this ship. So first, diving into the iconic thrills, this is made up of a few different zones, few different neighborhoods, the Thrill Island neighborhood, the Surfside neighborhood. And then when we mention the returning favorites, things like the Flow Rider, we have a kind of an evolution of our mini golf experience. And then just, some other special amenities that are uniquely royal. So looking at the Thrill Island neighborhood, this water park is going to be incredible. They're calling it Category 6. Think of it as the maximum level. I mean, like hurricanes only go up to Category 5. This is Category 6. This is the pinnacle when it comes to amazing experiences. Raft slides, family slides, big drops, open. I mean, they just have every type of water slide, and this is going to be included in the vacation experience. So again, this is going to keep everybody busy for hours and hours because there are so many different slide options there. I mean, it is going to be truly a very energetic zone on the ship. There's also something called the Crown's Edge. You saw in that picture of the guy kind of walking the plank. That is going to be for the ultimate thrill seekers. Essentially, you are walking on the side of the Crown and Anchor logo. You are suspended with harness. And from what I've been told, the bottom actually drops out when you're walking on the floor. And then you start to kind of zip line to the end of the Crown's Edge. So it is, I mean, my heart is pounding like just thinking about it and how incredible it's going to be. So you're a thrill seeker, you know a thrill seeker, you know someone who doesn't mind peeing their pants. This is going to be perfect. Incredible. I mean, just truly incredible. We're always trying to up the ante when it comes to thrills. And, you know, that's at Perfect Day Coco. And of course, now on the Icon of the Seas. So Thrill Island is going to be awesome. Next up is the Surfside neighborhood. So this is, you know, if you're thinking of a similar layout to our Oasis class ships, think of this as the boardwalk reimagined. This is what we're calling Surfside. It is really for families with younger children. So it has the splashaway bay with the smaller slides and the baby bay for the toddlers, in kind of little infants, you know, waiting pool area. It's got the mini carousel there, little dining options, and you can see these staterooms in the sides. Those are the one I mentioned, those family suites that are kind of combined. You can see where the windows are and then the balcony. That's actually one stateroom where the balcony and then the window next to it. So again, window for the kids space, balcony for the parents, and then on to the next one. So it's just a really cool concept. It makes so much sense for families. And this zone is really for parents and kids, particularly littler kids, to just really go and splash. They can't do the big slides. It's not for them anyway. And what's neat about this, and you can kind of see it in the photo, is the pool. There's, of course, a pool for the kids. And then beyond that is like an infinity pool for mom and dad. So that is more an adult's pool because it's a deeper pool, but it really is an infinite view. It's right at the water's edge. So you will have that gorgeous ocean view. I mean, it is going to be the best views, the coolest neighborhood. And I just love sort of the, you know, Pop Sugar kind of Coney Island vibe. It's just absolutely a beautiful spot. And that's the Surfside neighborhood. Then up top on the pool deck, the iconic chills. So we kind of took the pool in a whole different way. On many of the ships, really across the world, the pool deck tends to be a pretty central location. I'll see you at the pool, I'll meet you at the pool deck, and they're all kind of together. We have sort of compartmentalized all the different pools around the ship. So there's 7 pools, think of it 7 pools, 7 vibes. Each one offers a different experience and kind of a different style. So if you're looking for an adults only pool, we have that. If you're looking for a swim up bar with a DJ, we have that. If you're looking for the deepest pool at sea, that's this one in the middle. So there's just lots of different options. We have a pool that's suspended in the air. You know, that's the hideaway. It is, I mean, just super, super cool. So let's dive in a little bit on that. So again, even just in the neighborhood, just in this particular zone, or pool, Caribbean theme bar. They always do an amazing job with the frozen cocktails, and they're doing a bar specifically for that. Kind of think of it like a Fat Tuesdays with all the different cocktail options. In-water loungers, just more space. Whereas previously on the cruise ships, you would see the pool in the middle and then all the chairs around. Well, we know now that far more people would like to kind of just wade in the water. So we really extended the water's edge. You can even see in the renderings there, a lot of the chairs that are half in, half out of the water, as well as some that are completely out. But, you know, we're on the cruise to splash, to play, to enjoy, to cool down. Live Caribbean music, of course, on the chill island space. And then this hideaway. I mean, this is going to be the sunset spot for sure. This is at the back of the ship as well. Think of it above the Surfside neighborhood space. Again, this pool is completely suspended. So when you go, it looks like you are literally on the water's edge there, and it is going to be just the most epic views. This is a mixed area, so all ages can go, but we tend to think this is going to be more of an adult space, really coming together to enjoy, hear live music, hang out, chill out, bars in the area, snack shacks as well. So there'll be plenty of options for people to enjoy at the Hideaway neighborhood. The name Hideaway implies it's kind of hidden. I wouldn't necessarily say it's hidden, but I will say it will be popular. So get there early if you want the epic Instagram picture. So let's look at the pools here. I wanted to put this slide in so we could have a look at all the different locations. Again, each pool and each zone has really its own vibe, different thing that it brings to the table. And not pictured here is the Grove, which is the new suite sun deck pool. So for our Sky and Star tier guests who are in those suites, they actually will have their own space up at the front on the port side there. And that will feature a plunge pool and a whirlpool. The Grove also has a restaurant there as well as the coastal kitchen. So we're really upping the game when it comes to our suites as well. And the Swim and Tonic, people are very excited about this one too. Cute name, Swim and Tonic. And this is going to have a DJ there as well. And it is a swim up bar, much like the very popular one at Perfect Day. We think that is going to be a very popular spot as well. So, lots and lots of options when it comes to splashing at sea, and just a gorgeous central neighborhood. If you are not familiar with our Oasis class, this has been a true favorite. It is really a gem of the ship, right in the middle there on deck number 8, and it'll be in a similar location on the Icon of the Seas, spanning almost the entire length of the ship. This is actually the widest central park that we've had, and they've reimagined the suites and staterooms here in this zone. So again, really just bringing to life this beautiful neighborhood. This is all live plants and trees. All of this is just a rendering, but on our other ships, you can see it live on the Wonder of the Seas or Harmony of the Seas. It's truly a marvel. And it's beautiful to be in these kinds of balconies because you still get the fresh air, you still get the sounds of birds in the park, but it's a different view than the ocean view. So it's just a different type of stateroom. Again, that's another thing I like about Royal Caribbean is no matter what your interest, whatever you're looking for, if you want something a little quieter, you want something a little bit, from mild to wild is what I like to say. We've got it all. So you can count on it right here. And then the iconic wows. I mean, already this looks just super gorgeous. I'm super excited about this. This is the Aquadome all the way at the front of the ship. So this space is going to encompass a very large footprint on the ship. And think of this as our aqua theater on our other Oasis class, but indoors. So we are extending and expanding this zone. They have this incredible waterfall, and the performers are going to be, of course, coming from all different angles, all different platforms. And with this sort of theater in the round, it's going to give that real immersive experience. So we are very, very excited about this space. Again, our aqua theaters have always been a favorite on our Oasis class ships, and we're really taking it to the next level with the Icon. So it's going to be the most incredible aqua shows at sea. And when you see those amazing Red Bull cliff divers, those are the people we hire for this kind of stuff. So we get the biggest, best, incredible talent and have them come do these wild tricks at sea. So again, all of these experiences here are included. All this entertainment is included in the cruise. So it's definitely something for those who love to be entertained, love activities. The Icon of the Seas has certainly got it. And we're upping the game on the Royal Promenade. We don't have a view of the promenade just yet, but they did share this new picture of Absolute Zero. So this is our ice rink reimagined. So the ice rink in a totally different space, different zone, and theater, again, in the round here. So normally our ice rinks are square or rectangular, and we have guests sitting on 3 sides. Now it really encompasses the entire space, and the performers are really going to be performing in an entire circle. So again, really feeling like everyone's part of the action. There's no bad seat in the house, and this will be a space much like our Studio B. Guests can enjoy aqua shows. I imagine we'll also have ice skating like we do on the other ships, and a floor will cover as well if we do any live events, not on the ice, but on the regular covered floor there. So there's going to be other things going on in the promenade, more secrets, more things that are going to be revealed in the coming months and weeks, hopefully. But this is going to be an amazing space. Royal Promenade is always the heart of the ship, and this space really will come to life with entertainment, activities, bars, restaurants, just the entire cruising experience to really ultimately bring, again, families coming together, people coming together. That's what the ship is all about. It's all about coming together, multi-gen, being entertained, and just having a fabulous time. It doesn't even matter where the cruise goes. The cruise could go nowhere, and I would still go on it. So I mean, look at this is going to keep you busy for like a month. So
Yes. Oh my gosh, it reminds me of Singapore.
Kind of looks like. So again, they're just renderings, but gives you kind of an idea of what things are going to look like and how we're going to really take those to the next level. So I obviously, as you can tell, I'm very excited about it, and just wanted to again mention that the rooms are really designed with families in mind. We have some of these infinite balconies, which you've seen perhaps on other cruise lines as well, where the window essentially comes down and then you have your balcony space. I love this. I actually had a stateroom like this on Silversea, and it was amazing because the room just felt so much larger and open. And then we could close it at any time, but still have the beautiful window views and didn't have the unlock of the door. I thought it was very elegant. I loved it. And again, lots of different stateroom options, all different types of families. Everybody come one, come all in the Icon of the Seas.
It looks like a hotel.
Yeah. Well, with 7,000 people, it may feel like a hotel too. But the neat thing about the Oasis class, which the Icon class has as well, is this neighborhood concept. So everybody's doing something different all at the same time. So often one of the things that we hear is, oh, I could never go on a ship with 7,000 people. And I understand that reaction. Everybody has a reaction like that. But then when you're there, literally, some are in Central Park, some are down on the boardwalk, some are having dinner, some are at the pool, some are playing laser tags, some are watching the show. Like everyone literally is in a different zone and everything is happening simultaneously. The challenge is if you're somebody who likes to do everything, like, oh, I better do that. I'm not missing a beat on this cruise. It is so hard because you cannot do it all. But you can have a really, really awesome time. So here are a bunch of different tools. If you want, I would say take a picture of this screen because there's a lot of important information. Cruisingpower.com, sales and marketing, discover Icon. That is going to have its own microsite all about Icon of the Seas with tons of videos, downloadable PDFs, just different information to really immerse yourself because the ship is so vast. There's so many things happening on it. So you want to familiarize yourself. And of course, you can always check out loyaltoualways.com. Both of these sites are travel agent only. These are dedicated sites for travel agents. So resources available to you to really get ready, get set so that you can share this experience with clients.
I'm so excited about this. Like, this is a beautiful, beautiful ship. It really, really is. Can you tell us more about the personalized website? Is it specific to the Icon or is it Royal Caribbean website?
It's specific to the Icon. And
okay.
So the one on Cruising Power is you have to log in as your agent login, of course, and then you can go through all the different click points. We have something similar on RoyalCaribbean.com, but in my opinion, it doesn't hold a candle to this one that we've launched for Cruising Power. And even the one on loyaltoualways.com under marketing. I mean, both of those sites just have so many more immersive ways to view, understand, learn kind of the different categories, the different neighborhoods. It's just an easier way to digest it and to get excited about it as opposed to just reading a whole blurb. You know what I mean?
Yes, 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 yes. This is amazing. Amy, where does this boat go to? Like, how many nights is it usually?
It's going to be 7-night cruises from Miami starting January 27th, 2024. It will alternate Eastern and Western Caribbean itineraries, and every single cruise will go to Perfect Day Coco Cay.
Okay.
And again, it says reserve starting tomorrow, but it opened today for Crown and Anchor guests. So anyone that has sailed with Royal Caribbean before does have the ability to book today, October 24th.
Perfect. What's the deposit for groups? If we wanted to hold a room block, is it different per boat, or is it like around the same for the traditional rooms if we're trying to hold a block of rooms?
So the same rules apply for any group
Okay.
on any ship. So if you wanted to hold 16 staterooms, the group level deposit would be $50 per cabin, which would allow you to hold the staterooms until hard stop, which is typically 4 months before sailing. So if it's 16 cabins, that's an $800 deposit. Think of it like a security deposit. You put that up front, we give you 4 gap points. Now remember, you can do up to 16 cabins without a deposit as well. So that means basically you can go into Espresso, book this, you basically create a group with 16 staterooms of any particular category that's open to group. And we allow you to hold those staterooms until the hard stop date, which is 4 months prior. That way it gives you a leg up on promotion, on pricing, because group rates are always refundable. The only disadvantage of doing a non-deposit group is no deposit, no gap. So no extra amenities for the guest. But if you have a true affinity group and I know that our spring break is going to be the week of March 10th. I know I've got people from my kids' school or whatever that people are going to want to go on that week, then block 16 cabins. And the great thing about the groups is you can always block it and then drop it later if you're not going to use it. And if you do a deposit group, let's say you go with the 16 cabins, you put the $800 deposit down, but you only get 1 cabin. It's only me who books, let's say. Guess what? My price stays the same. They're not going to take the price off away from me. And I still get to use the gap amenity. So we're going to protect your group down to 1 cabin.
Okay.
So you're not going to earn a TC, tour conductor credit, with only 1 stateroom. It does require 8 staterooms or 16 paid passengers to earn a tour conductor credit. But you've got the protection that even if you only have 1 guest sail, they'll still get the amenity, they still get the price, and group prices are always refundable, which is really important because in today's world, you just never know. You may need to cancel, anything could happen.
This is true. Amy, can you explain the tour conductor credit more for our newer travel agents? Book 8 rooms or 16 guests. What do they get? Can you explain that to them?
So for every 16 paid passengers, you earn 1 tour conductor credit. And the credit is basically an average of those 16 guests divided by the number of rooms or the number of people, right? So if 16 people paid $1,000, to keep it simple, and divide it by the number of people, then you've earned $1,000 credit for every 16 people that are traveling. So it doesn't give you a free cabin per se. That would require 32 guests or 16 staterooms to really earn a free cabin in the event that they were all the exact same price. But basically, it's another way for agents to earn money. I would not give this away. I would keep this. And I love when agents do something like a come sail with me. And they say, hey, I'm planning to do this trip. I'm going to do it on the Icon of the Seas. Come cruise with me. And so then your whole goal as the travel agent is to get 16 cabins, 32 guests, and then you and your guests get to go free with those tour conductor credits. So you can either apply to your cruise if you're cruising, or you get it back with your commission. So with your commission, with a tour conductor credit, those grow every 16 guests or roughly 8 cabins. And then you can also earn money with the gap points. So let's say you start with 16 cabins. Let's say you deposit the $800 up front. Of course, you get this back when the group sails, but you earn 4 gap points. Well, you paid up the money. So in my opinion, you deserve the gap points too. So you could use those gap points for marketing funds. And that is essentially bonus commission that comes back to you. So that's an extra $50 per cabin. So your $800 deposit just turned into $1,600. And we don't cap that. So let's say you block those 16 cabins, but you sell 50 cabins. Great. You've earned gap points on 50 cabins. So you can keep booking them individually and move them into your group. And every guest that's moved into the group counts towards the overall tour conductor and the overall gap. So feel
That's
free to
genius.
I
You got
mean,
any other tips and tricks like that? Because that's genius.
well, I like to tell people to start with 2 groups. They both
Okay.
will not be Royal Caribbean. That'd be great if they were, but I say start with something small and then start with something a bit bigger. A short Caribbean cruise and like an Alaska cruise, for instance, or, Europe land or whatever you're interested in, right? And focus on those 2 groups to get started. Because with a shorter trip that's more local, or maybe it's a 7-night Caribbean and then a 10-night Europe, for instance, start with something shorter, local that the people in your network are interested in, and then do a bit bigger, bolder trip so that no matter what they're looking for on itinerary, budget, interest, age group, you've got a little something that might suit them. And I think 2 groups
Yes.
is a really good way to start, because you don't want to put up thousands of dollars to start these groups. You do have to get a little something to get started. And if anybody wants to do a one-on-one, you know me, Tyra, I'm always available. People can reach out to me, shoot me a message, asouthgate@rccl.com. And, I'm happy to be there for them and walk them through the group process.
This is great. Amy, can you tell us one more time, how do we win? Because I know, we're agency, we may have the money to set aside for our deposit groups, but can you tell them one more time how to win with the no deposit groups? They don't get the gap amenities. So how do they win? I mean, they're winning because of commission, but how do they, what's the best way to do this with the no deposit?
With the no deposit, it doesn't come with gap, but you still earn tour conductor credits.
Okay.
And you still have a group refundable price. So if you are a smaller agent, or if you want to take less risk, take 8 cabins or take 16 cabins. Both of those would lead to a tour conductor credit. And, then you're looking at, you have more options. And again, further down the line, if people book, if you have to release the cabins, it's no skin off your back, because, you didn't put any money up. We allow you to hold them and your price is fixed. So let's say you book the Icon of the Seas, balcony is $1,500. Well, right now we're selling it for $2,000. And in 6 months, it's going to sell for $2,500. And before sailing, it's going to be $3,000. Guess what? Your price is always $1,500 and your price is refundable. So when people are looking at RoyalCaribbean.com, which we know they are looking at a non-refundable price, which for a 7-night cruise, that's a $500 deposit. So that's a lot of money to potentially lose in the event that anything happens and they need to change. So, people should be a little more weary of non-refundable deposits, but, on a general website, it's not like big and bold, right? So that's definitely something that agents can articulate is my price is refundable. Up until final payment, if you change your mind, we will refund your money right back to you. No worries, no problems, right back to you.
I like this. Okay, so to book the non-deposit groups, I'm trying to help the newest agents out because it's so easy. It's so easy to book cruises. To book the the no deposit groups, go into Cruising Power and you just search for the group. Is there a specific button? Like, how do we separate the deposited groups from the non-deposited groups? Which button do they click to be non-deposited?
Drop down when you go into Espresso. So I can probably show you here. Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Whoops. And I need to open another browser. Oh my gosh, this thing is. The little drop down keeps popping up. So when you sign into Booking Tools Espresso, and then you'll go to this, start a group. And then let's say Amy's New Year's Eve, one of my favorite times to go on a cruise. You can choose your group type. If you all know each other, it's affinity. If you're just doing a general promotion to anybody who doesn't know each other, doesn't mind to sit together at dinner, for instance, that'd be promotional. And then here under policy type, this would be the deposit or no deposit. So with the deposit, again, it's $50 per cabin due, paid by the agent within 30 days of creating the group. And that money is fully refundable back to you. So if in 2 months, 3 months, you're like, this group is just not panning out. I need to cancel this group. I need my $800 back or whatever your deposit amount is. You call us, you let us know. No
What's
problem.
headquarter group?
That is for people that are part of a larger consortium. So
Okay.
you wouldn't need to click that one. But let's say you didn't want to do icon, which was fine. I love it. But let's say you wanted to do one of my other favorites, the Wonder of the Seas, which actually just is getting to Port Canaveral, I guess, in 2 weeks. So we will have her out of Port Canaveral. I'm really excited about this one. And let's say for next New Year's, I want to do a New Year's group because I love sailing for New Year's. It's one of my favorite times to be on board. Oh, I can't put a apostrophe in it. Especially on the short cruises, then you don't have to take too many days off. So this is an 8-night Eastern Caribbean. So I'll just go into the group. You'll see eventually it will show, here are the balcony categories, Central Park as well. So then you would just go through, I want 4 of these. I want 2 of these. Ocean view, I want 2.
And this is the total price, or will they add the taxes and fees at the end?
They'll add the taxes. So you can click on any price and it'll tell you
Perfect.
the cruise, non-commissionable, and then tax.
Okay.
And then basically you just add them to your group, review all the pricing, go to the group details, and from there, you pick your dining and you've got your group created. So then anytime you go into Espresso, it will show you the current price, your group price, and then if you were to establish a group in today's world. So over time, your price will continue to get better and better as prices increase for regular groups.
I like that. Thank you, Amy.
Yes,
This
no
is gonna be
problem.
amazing. I hope the agents really zoned into this, because it doesn't necessarily have to cost money to build a group and make a decent amount of money with travel. This is amazing. That Icon of the Seas is completely beautiful. I'm actually gonna book a group
Yes.
for next year, and that's cheap payment plans if it doesn't sell until next year. So this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
And speaking of the payment plans, I did want to mention one more thing. I think I might have some other slides. So here, for those that don't know about it, we just recently, I'd say in the last 6 months, got this flex pay, which I love. You can set up basically automated payments, up to 10 payments, set it and forget it. You can do different credit cards, different amounts. If people are sharing a room, like I'm going with my girlfriend, Cindy, okay, Cindy wants to pay on her credit card. I want to pay on my credit card. And you as the agent don't have to log in and do a payment, log in, do a payment. You can do up to 10. There's no extra cost to do it. And you as the agent get notices when you create the schedule, the day before it's processed and the day after when it's actually confirmed payment received. So it's a really nice thing to be able to do. It's a nice thing to offer. And especially if you, the agent, are traveling, like we know you love to travel, Tyra. So when you're gone doing stuff, you don't want to have to keep logging in and doing payments. So this whole thing is so super nice. Again, it's in the same spot where our credit card area is. Just click Flex Pay. And even if people want to try it for a final payment, just to kind of get in the habit of, okay, what do I do when I set up these advanced payments? It's really super nice. Everybody's been loving it.
Okay, perfect. And then can you also maybe show them or tell them how to do the it's not necessarily the agent markup, if they have to charge additional for, let's say, customized bags or something to make their trip special? How do they go in and put in for the form?
So we would call that a value add. And basically in Cruising Power, under booking tools, group travel, there's a section in there called value add. And then you would send that into our groups team. You could send it to me as well, and I can help you out with it, send it over to them. And those are for anything that the cruise line cannot offer. So transportation, gifts for the guests, if you bring an entertainer on or a guest speaker who's going to do a presentation for the group, something like that, that is something the cruise line can't do, but obviously has extra costs added to it. So you can do those value adds, and up to $100 per guest. It's just a simple form. You send it into the groups department and they lump that into the cruise. So again, using $1,000 as an example, if that's the cost of the cruise, you're doing $100 value add for the gifts and the giveaways and maybe party on board or something, then the guests would see $1,100 as the cost. They would not see $1,000 plus you're charging them $100. And you
Okay,
get
and then that will, oh, no,
with
go
the
ahead,
commission.
sorry.
You get that with the commission.
I was just getting ready to ask that. Okay, perfect. And so with doing a no deposit group, do we still have access to the groups department on board? Let's say if we're doing a bigger group, but we don't have gap points, but we wanted to put together some kind of scavenger hunt or something like that. Do we still have access to the groups department to help build that and get pricing for that?
As long as you meet the minimum 8 staterooms, yes.
Okay, right. Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me check our Facebook group to see if anyone has any questions. Give me a second. Okay, there are no questions. This was an amazing webinar. I'm super excited about the icon. I'm building a group as today, probably tomorrow, once I figure out my dates, and I'm gonna probably launch it for Black Friday.
Woohoo! I love it.
Yep. So
well, if you needed help with information or promotion, again, you can always reach out to me, asouthgate@rccl.com. I'm here for you. I'm here for all the agents. So give me a call, shoot me an email if you need anything.
Thank you so very much for joining us, Amy. And thank you. I can't wait to our very next webinar. And until then, we'll see you soon. Bye.
Good. Bye-bye.
Thank you.